Well, now that I'm on Instagram, there's something I've been hearing that I want to make a comment on. If the sisters don't want to act like a wife and audition to be a wife, then stop acting like you want your man to act like a husband and pay all your bills. That's what a husband does. He takes care of his wife and family, not just his girlfriend. You have to really take on the responsibilities of a wife and mother if you want to have a man that takes on the responsibilities of a husband and provider.
If your man is still complaining, he ain't cheating yet. It's normal for a husband to complain about his wife. I mean, seriously though, they deal with each other every day. Who wants to deal with someone every day? Nobody really wants to deal with anybody every day. If he's still complaining, that means he's paying attention and still fully aware of your existence, which is a good place to be in these marriages. Once he stops questioning when dinner is going to be cooked or if the laundry's done or anything, if he even cares if you come home, just know at that point he has started cheating. If he begins to pander to you or give you compliments that you ain't heard his ass give you in at least the last 5 years, oh, he's about to leave you. He wants you fully unaware of what's happening behind your back because no man actually just packs up and leave off of emotion. They are way too calculated for that. So to the girls whose men still give a damn to complain, that man still loves you, okay? Just trust and believe. Once he stops complaining, once he stops communicating, once he stops giving a damn whether the laundry is done or what's for dinner, you're headed towards a divorce.
Honestly, it really shouldn't get there because you're kind of paying attention to what your man wants, what he needs. And a lot of times, if you communicate like you're supposed to be communicating, it's not really guesswork, right? It's more so listening to what he says. A lot of times men are direct communicators. So I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that I'm having an issue with. And if I feel like the place is safe, the environment is safe to settle down, then that's where I'm going to settle down. But if you do like most of these modern women do, and you make me feel like I'm not safe to settle down here, then I'm going to stop talking to you, right? And then I'm just going to keep on moving in alignment with my goals in a different direction. But you're not going to be in that. You're not going to be a part of that alignment change.
Lauren, can you send this to my wife? I wish she would see this on her feed. Lauren, I showed your video to my wife. She got mad, so I have to unsubscribe from your channel. Lauren, I booked a session with you, but my wife flipped out when she found it out, so I need to cancel. These weak, low energy, emasculated messages hit my inbox every single day. And let me be crystal clear. No wonder why your marriage is falling apart. No wonder why she doesn't respect you. No wonder why you're miserable. You follow me because you know I'm speaking the truth. You see the value in my programs. You know I can fix what is broken. But the second your wife gets emotional, you fold, you unsubscribe, you cancel, you apologize like a scared little kid. You let her feelings run your life. You let her veto the only thing that could actually potentially save your relationship. That is not leadership. That is weakness. If you believe in my work, you sign up. You get her in the program too. You make the call. You have the power because you are the man. My wife got mad is not an excuse. Well, I don't like her tone is not a reason to stay broken. That's if you're too soft to follow a woman dropping hard truth on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whatever. If you're too weak to invest in your marriage because your wife doesn't like it, then you deserve the dead bedroom, the contempt, and the slow death in your relationship. Real men do not cancel progress over some hurt feelings. Real men lead, even when it's uncomfortable. So stop being pathetic. Stop letting your emotions control you and stop letting her emotions control you. Book the session, join the program, step up, or keep sending me these messages daily and stay exactly where you are. Frustrated, disrespected, and alone. Your marriage is on you. Fix it or lose it. Your move.
Yeah, man, I think if your wife is sort of this way, you need to really start moving in alignment with what your life should be, right? You don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to be disrespectful about it. You don't have to talk to her crazy. But, you know, I think she'll get the message. I've had it up to here with that nonsense. We've been following you around, what you wanted to do for 4 or 5 years now. I've been asking you what you want to do, where you want to go, what your goals are for a few years now. And for a lot of other men, it's been a lot longer than that. And I'm wasting my time and my life. If it was a man, y'all beat and left him. Y'all beat and divorced him, had divorce parties, went on and found another man and celebrated him and y'all's marriage because of, well, that other man was trash. He wasn't doing X, Y, and Z. But if a man stay, if it's a man in a situation, he got to sit up there and take your nonsense. He got to sit up there and listen to all that nonsense. Well, I broke my leg 3 years ago and I'm still struggling with that. You know, dog bit me in my behind. So I'm, you know, still waiting on the doctor's approval for surgery to get my glutes repaired. All that other nonsense that, you know, men put up with, and they stop doing what they need to do, trying to take care and mess around with you.
What is a man?
I'm not really sure, like, the technical definition. I've never been like, well, does he have balls? What if he loses a ball? I don't know. What if he only has one ball? Is he still a man? I'm not really sure. In high school, there was a kid and he got a soccer ball, hit him in the nuts, and one popped. Is he still a man? I have no idea. Do you think if a man has one nut, he's still a man? I don't know.
Amazing. Are you done?
I posted a video about not really respecting men's opinions or minds and unfortunately being attracted to them physically. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, now I get it. Like, that's how men have felt about us forever. And like the tides are really just changing. But I do think it's a little bit different because men hate us because they have like an unearned sense of entitlement to our bodies and attention and to be in relationships with us. And they've also been taught that we need them to like lead and provide. And now that women like don't really need that, they're like, wait, like what is my place in society? Like, why do these women not need me? Why do these women not want to be in relationships with me? Why do they not want to sleep with me?
You do need men to lead. You do. You think you're leading because you're leading when it's easy. You're leading because you got your corporate job. Now you're climbing the corporate ladder, right? When shit hits the fan in your town, you never know what kind of Armageddon's coming our way now with the way this country's looking. Who's going to lead? You going to be front line, front and center? You going to be hiding behind all the guys like this, right? Let's just be honest. You do need men to lead.
Bro is digging her guts out with no commitment and is simultaneously dealing with other women. At least with Offset, she had a child and a family. I'm starting to think that women are literally just... What's the difference between Stephon Diggs and sharing Offset? She's still sharing.
See, this is the main thing that people don't understand, especially women don't understand about the situation and why it's so triggering to men. Imagine if a man bought you a dairy farm. It has cows, chickens, acres and acres of land, right? Also, you can produce milk for your cookies. And here this other man comes with just a glass of milk for the same cookies. Both of the men got the same cookie. One had to buy you a whole dairy farm and make sure the cows came to pasture, make sure the chicken coop was goddamn not raided, and all of those other things, while this other stopped by your dairy farm to get you a glass of milk and got the same cookie. That's why it's triggering the men, because y'all brothers want to charge this man a lot, meaning commitment, a family, a life, generational wealth, and this man can get the same for some attention. Because see, y'all want to think that men are mad because you chose to sleep with another man. No, we're upset because you overcharged us for some used cat. I wanted the cup of milk package too. I wanted the Hennessy and attention package too. But why when I come around, you want to be my wife, you want to be my baby mama, you want to build a family and all those things. When this can buy you a shot of Don Julio, you're going to bust it open in the bathroom or the back of the club. See, that's the issue. It's not the fact that you wanted to be a hoe. Hey, hoes have a place in society, go be a, but don't overcharge me for the hoe that you let somebody else get for some attention and a shot. And that's what Cardi B did. She's sharing either way. She hasn't upgraded at all, and actually, she's getting lied to more now. Tell her what she's won, Alex. A small dog by her 35th birthday.
Masculine women, report to the comments, please.
I don't make compromises in my marriage. I don't compromise anything. Anything I want to do, I absolutely am able to go and do it. Patriarchy teaches women that marriage is full of sacrifice, relationships are full of sacrifice and compromise, when that's often catered towards the man. It's catered towards his career, his goals, his dreams, how many children he wants. Women literally can't even control their own bodies, right? Because what if their husband wants something in the future from them? As a woman, you should never make compromises in order to be with a man. You should do what you want to do, pursue the life that you want to pursue, and if it doesn't work for him, don't make sacrifices for him. Don't change your life so that you can keep a man. And I'm talking from the big things to the little things, from where you live to what you do on the weekends. Because if he doesn't enjoy it, if it's a compromise to him to have to do what you want to do, then I don't think he enjoys your company all that much. This isn't me saying you never do things he likes and you only ever do things you like and he hates. It's me saying that it should never feel like a compromise. What my husband and I do with our free time together or on the weekend together as a family or just with each other on date nights, it never, ever, ever feels like a compromise, because it's not. Because we align and because he wants to do what I want to do. Because he likes to be around me. Does that make sense?
Not because he doesn't want to do the stuff that you like, it means that he doesn't like you. Compromising is a good thing.
So relationships in general should teach you that you have to compromise, that you have to sacrifice. Quite simply because you have two people wanting to do what they want to do. And if they were single, it wouldn't be a problem. But if you're in a relationship, then both of you have to be on the same page. That's where the compromise comes in. I can see right now you're just on the internet talking trash and you haven't learned that yet, right? You can do all you want, what you want, whenever you want right now. But there's going to come a day when that compromise word that you're talking about you don't have to do is going to creep right back up and bite you in the behind. And then when things go topsy-turvy and then all of a sudden, oh man, I feel like he changed, I'm going to have to divorce him. You need to think back to the video to where you said you don't compromise in your marriage because of the patriarchy or misogyny and all that other nonsense that you're talking about. And I know you're not going to take accountability for ruining stuff, but just know.
Excuse me. He's not interested. Oh, okay.
Damn, babe. How'd you do that? Did that burn?
No, it's just a mess.
It's okay. It didn't burn?
No, it's warm.
Easiness. You okay?
The way that man just lifted his wife and baby out of the way and then everything else afterwards might seem small, it might seem boring, but it showcases what a good man brings to a relationship. Because let's face it, I think it was the baby's fault. I think I saw the baby grab the coffee, but then the mom just froze and she wasn't doing anything. So then he, as the problem solver, jumped in. He absolutely set the emotional tone. He stayed very level. He didn't get upset, but he was worried about her burning herself. And he asked her like 3 different times if she was okay. Problem solver, doer, and protector, all wrapped up into one good man.
A man who's a 10 out of 10, treats you well, has a great personality, but only makes $100K a year, or an unattractive billionaire. A man who's a 10 out of 10, treats you well, and has a great personality, but he only makes $100K a year, or a unattractive billionaire. Unattractive billionaire.
Yo, they are so stupid. So they'll give up a good guy who's treating them well for an ugly billionaire who's probably not going to treat them well, who's probably going to cheat on them, who's going to have multiple females, who's going to talk to them however they want, disrespect them. They don't care.
Not a surprise here. We could have told you that was going to happen. These modern women, they're on their worst behavior. At all cost, protect the lifestyle. At all costs, protect the lifestyle. We're not going to build it. We're not going to contribute to it, but at all costs, protect the lifestyle. We'll get with a man that we don't like just because he's going to pay. And it's not just paying the bill. It's I get to be on a yacht and I'm going to start my business as an influencer, basically saying this is how, and the way they're going to frame it is this is how I spend my day in the life, or this is how I make my money. But they make their money only off of the back of their husband paying for everything, So they got time to sit up there and tell you that they've been working hard. And that's not the case. They hadn't been working hard. They hadn't been doing anything. The man is funding their lifestyle, so they decide, I'm bored. Why not start like a little personal vlog for myself? And then women will see, and you know women will see your lavish lifestyle, and they'll want to follow that. How do you do that? What do you do? Oh, well, I do a little bit of this. I do a little bit of that. I do a little bit of nothing is what you should be telling them. I do a little bit of being lazy. I do a little bit of taking my husband's money and doing nothing. That's what I do. I don't have a job. I don't have ambition. I don't have an occupation. I'm about women's empowerment. Empower yourself to go get a job. Even if it's part-time, you don't do that. You're just taking his money. It's really what it is. They're not doing nothing.
How many times a week do you think I work out if I do work out? Or you can say you don't think I work out at all. I don't think you. Great. I have a personal trainer. Great. I have a personal trainer. I go to the gym 5 times a week. I can bench and lift and do all the fun things up to 200, 220 pounds.
Just curious, when did you start? Like, when did you
I've been working out my whole life. And sometimes I do it to lose weight. Sometimes I do it just to be strong. I have 6 godchildren, and they don't care how I look. They just care if I can keep up with them. They quite love my stomach. They think it's fun. They think it's the cutest thing. My little goddaughter looks in the mirror. You look at them and you just immediately assume they don't work out, when in reality, I could probably run past these 3 ladies on a track right now. I can
Hell no, man. What the man? Get your ass on, man.
It's 2025. Women can do anything that men can do. I mean, I really don't see any problem with it. Pumping gas is nothing. She can pump gas, he can pump gas. Like, it's not a big deal.
That's how you are. Okay. That's true. All right. Oh. Let me check that out.
I'm talking. What? What happened?
I'm just glad I got home. It's flat.
Oh. What you handing me that for?
What?
We have romanticized romance so much, we almost don't like the truth. And the truth is, you will not always be so goggly, googly eyed over your partner. The truth is, sometimes you're really going to be disappointed, upset, angry, emotional, bothered. You don't even frustrated. You don't even want to be around that person, right? These moments can happen in your relationship, and it doesn't mean that you're ready to throw in the towel or you're ready to give up or you're ready to say this person is not for me. It just says, hey, this is a trigger and a signal that's telling me something that happened doesn't feel good. What does that mean?
I'm not doing anything. Don't run in your mouth with your hands. Hey, let's come over here. Let's come over here.
Look at his kid.
Chill out, man. Chill out. Everybody gonna hit nobody, man. Chill out, though, yo. Everybody gonna touch her. Chill out, yo. Come on, chill out. It was a trick, though. It was a trick, though. Don't touch her, yo. I'm not fucking touching shit. Relax. I ain't fucking nothing. Relax. Get her the fuck out of here. Relax. I ain't fucking touching anything. Get your fucking ass out of here. Relax, yo. Fucking bitch. Fuck you. Get her the fuck out of here. Chill out. Chill out. You know the police coming. Look at you, man. We got this, man. Relax, bro. Then fucking leave. Alright. Stay fucking leave. Keep him back there. Fucking leave. We got it. We got this. We gonna get it. Fuck out of here. We got this, man. Fuck you. We're gonna die, yo. We're gonna get down, yo.
That's not true, dude. Look at his fucking hands. Look at his kid. Get that woman out of here. Yeah, get her out of here.
She good. Chill out, yo. Hey, stop, man. What are you doing? It's a female, yo. It's a female. Chill out, yo. It's a female. I know it's a female, but it ain't gonna be fisted. I know. We good. Right. We good. Don't nobody want to touch you, man. Don't nobody touch you. Don't nobody touch nobody, yo. I know everything good, man. That's a girl, yo.
I've watched this video a couple of times and the woman is wrong. The thing that I don't like about society is women are allowed to do whatever they want with no repercussions. If a man was to be doing this to a woman, I guarantee you they would have him up or he would have got in trouble a lot quicker. But because it was a woman, nobody stepped in. If I was a man and that was my wife, I would have told her to shut her mouth. Probably not in that way because it's your partner, but I would have told my wife to be quiet. A lot of women get their husbands because of their mouths. There's women out here who start with grown men and then have their husbands boxed out or jumped or hurt. You can see he's with a kid. You can see where they're at is cold. You mean to tell me you're going to throw a beer in someone's face while they're with their child? Dude, I've been at games before. Well, not these kind of games, baseball games. People taunt each other. People do boo and make fun of you Dodgers, all that stuff. It's not enough for me to get out of my seat and throw a drink at somebody. I've never been that irate. Being emotional and chaotic when you're literally at a game, I don't understand it. Like this pisses me off because like I said, this man held nothing but restraint. He could have put his hands on her. I'm sorry, but to me, that's self-defense. If you're throwing a drink in my face to where I can't see, who knows? How do I know you're not going to hit me next? How do I know things aren't going to escalate? And then the people standing up and defending her, that shit irritated me the most. She's wrong. The one guy, hey, she's a female. Dude, shut up. You're only trying to record this and get camera time. What do you mean she's a female? Y'all could have stopped her before any of that stuff was even happening. No one was telling her to turn around. Nobody was telling her to sit down. I don't know what she kept going back and forth looking at somebody. Dude, just your seat is front way. Look that way. Women need to learn to shut up sometimes and learn when not to put their nose in other people's. I'm sorry, y'all, but getting taunted at the game is not going to make me pop up out of my seat. It's not going to make me get crazy and want to fight somebody. I just don't think that it's worth it. I really don't. And I already know, because I have brothers and I've been around men, you got to be careful talking to men some type of way. Because nowadays, I see so many videos where men put their hands on women, and I feel like a lot of women don't learn. And you know what's crazier? You make videos like this, and you women will get mad at me for saying protect yourselves, for saying learn to be quiet. I'm trying to help you not get hit because you don't know how to shut the fuck up. That makes no sense. I think you guys want me to be soft and docile when these type of situations are very serious. I don't understand why you want to be coddled and hold your hand through conversations when you're a big girl. You know, if you talk, sometimes you can get hit. We're not in a world where you can say whatever you want. How many times have we seen people say certain things and get hit or get hurt? Too many times. And for women who always say men are dangerous, men are going to harm us, you guys sure will still talk and act crazy. And these are the times where I can't defend you. Because if you go out of your way to put your hands on somebody or throw something at somebody, whatever happens to you after that is all on you. I'm sorry. I don't advocate for men hitting women. I don't advocate for abuse. I don't advocate for men doing stuff like that. But who's the one in the wrong? If you think it's her, or I mean him, you're crazy. I'm sorry. Like I said, to see his little kid distraught, that kid probably thought he was going to go and have a good game with his dad. I'm glad the cops got involved, and I hope she went to jail because she's a piece of shit for that.
Now they want to sit up there and let that man or let that woman do all of that. But then when the man stand up, then all of a sudden it's chill out. Take it easy. Hey, don't do that. Hey, sit back down. Sir, don't go there. Please, sir, don't. So, somebody get security. But all that time that woman was clowning and she was acting a fool, had that man, without warning, gotten up in one full motion, one motion, coming at you. You wouldn't even seen it coming. Then you want to jump all over him. You want to tussle. You want to turn. You want to fall all over the balcony, fall over the handrail. And tragedy struck tonight at Heinz Field, or whatever they call it now, Heinz Field, where two fans got in a fist fight over a woman. They say it stemmed from. Now you're in the 6 o'clock news. Now you're in the 6 o'clock news because you didn't get your woman. Now two people critically injured, or even worse, a tragic ending because you didn't put your woman in her place. Oh man, you should wait to get home. There's certain things that need to be corrected right then and there. If she's causing a problem, she knows she's causing the problem, and all the people in the stadium can see she's causing the problem, or at least the people in that section can see she's causing the problem. Hey, babe, chill out. Chill out. Take it easy. Oh, well, this is it. Chill out. Take it easy. If you want to get in the car and holler and scream and do all of that, we can do that. But you still going to be wrong when we get in the car. Take it easy. You in the wrong. Just take accountability for what you was doing. Close your mouth. I can see if you get the trash talking and he say something, you say something. But at some point in time, especially if you know that people are intoxicated, let it alone. If you got to move, get up and go get a hot dog and leave it alone. If you got to get up and lead a game, leave it alone. If you got to get up and get security, leave it alone. Modern women, what they do, they know they got a man or men in the vicinity talking about men don't protect them. I don't see that in this video. Talking about men, they got men in the vicinity and they'll sit up there and run their mouth. Run their mouth, knowing that the man or some man, counting on some man to get up and protect them. You need to control your emotions. You really do. I mean, stop that nonsense, man.
You know, a wise man once said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. And I didn't know how right he was until I started posting female-centered content online. Because here I am, a woman, talking to women, about the things that we can work on and get better at and grow. So that way we can live these amazing lives that we want to live. And a lot of the girlies just don't want to hear it. And that is disappointing, you know, because in order to enjoy my content, you do have to be a certain type of woman. That's fair. You have to be a woman that takes accountability for her actions. Doesn't say, he made me feel this way, she made me feel this way, they made me crash out. No. We take accountability over here. You also have to be an honest woman, a woman who is honest with herself about here's where I went wrong in the situation. Here's where I could have cut it off before it even got to as bad as it was. And you also have to be a woman that is confident enough to say what she thinks, what she feels about the world, even if none of the rest of the girlies agree. That is such a special type of woman. I love the women in my audience down. I just wish there were more of us. I really do.
I get a new job actually in COVID. So I'm no longer in pharmaceutical sales. I go into tech sales. We start going into the office. I will speed this up a little bit to get to like the good parts, but we start going into the office, and my office is right by Penn Station. And I am exposed to this fancy, like luxurious tech salesman lifestyle that I had no idea existed. It's people my age. They are in their like late 20s, early 30s. They're like dressed in these like amazing suits. They go out to steak dinners on the company dime, and they're going out in like the West Village and all around Manhattan any and every day of the week. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is exactly where I need to be. So I start going into the office every day. It's not mandatory, but I just love being around these people. We have a bar in our lobby that's also super fancy. So I thought me drinking kind of in a luxurious way just meant, okay, you just like, you have good taste. Like you're not an alcoholic. So I'm ordering old fashions, dirty martinis, and these bars. Then we're going out to steak dinners with my coworkers, and we're ordering expensive bottles of wine. And I'm showing up at home wasted. And I start resenting my husband because he's just like any normal husband probably would do. Like, what are you doing coming home on a Tuesday night at 10:30 drunk out of your mind? Like, where were you? And so I realized then that I couldn't be married anymore. I was like, this is not going to work out for me because, and again, I'm spinning the truth. I'm telling my family, he's so controlling. I got to get out of this relationship. I mean, he's insecure. It's just, I'm just saying whatever I need to make my family be like, I mean, that doesn't sound anything like him, but like, I guess, yeah, if you're unhappy, go for it. Not go for it. Obviously, my family wasn't like, yeah, get divorced. But I mean, they were like, if it's going to make you happy, like, I guess you have to do what's going to make you happy.
And they don't know the real reason why. Yeah.
My mom will still say to this day, she watches my TikToks and she's like, I didn't know that you were hiding all this drinking from your ex, like my ex. And I was like, yeah, I know you didn't because I did whatever I could to make you not know. And my ex-husband would not tell my parents because he knew that would just piss me off. Yeah. So he protected me in a sense, which, he had to do what he had to do for himself. So After a steak dinner one night, I come home, or in my Uber home, actually, I rent an Airbnb in Manhattan for a month, the month of January. And so I'm doing this right around the holidays. This is beginning of December. And I get home and I'm like, I'm moving out. And he's just,
I actually think one of the best ways to stand out as a woman is to do less, to show less, to pull back your energy. Why? Because the truth is there are a lot of girls right now who are doing the most. They are chasing men. They're wearing things that leave very little to the imagination. They're putting out early. And while that might provide an instant dopamine hit for guys, it doesn't actually create long-term respect. And so that's why I think when you create contrast by doing the opposite, by being the girl who leads with mystery, who's self-possessed, who's sovereign, the more attractive you're actually going to become to men, because they're going to be like, wait, why can't I figure this girl out? And then they're going to actually want to step up and pursue you. And make no mistake, men will notice, and the right guys will rise to the occasion, because men want to hunt, they want to chase, they want to pursue. And if you don't create that space and elasticity for them to fill that gap, then you're going to constantly find yourself disappointed.
Well, do you guys agree?
That's like what Ayesha Curry was saying. Everyone was getting mad. They're like, why do you even care about being desired by other men? You have a husband.
I think with her, why people got so angry is because her husband is Steph Curry. You literally have one of the best type of husbands you could possibly ever have on the planet.
Yeah, she's crazy.
0 cheating allegations, extremely successful at the peak of his game. Every woman wants a man that's the best at what he does in life. What I think she was trying to articulate is no matter what a woman's situation is, they still crave the feeling of being desired.
For example, you can have a man and you would hate to feel like your man's friends don't think you're cute. Like you want your man's friends to be like, okay, yeah, she's bad.
It's not because you want your man's friends, but it's just another form of validation internally. If my man's friends feel this way, then my man definitely feels this way about me as well. And I know he wouldn't cheat on me or something.
Now, check this. When men were saying, what in the world is going on? Well, to be fair, I did see some women on Steph Curry's side. To be fair, right? When this came out, women, oh, well, what I hear, I'm looking at women say, what I hear a woman saying is, maybe she got married too young. And, she want to go out there and explore. And, that's what she really needs. She needs to have a phase where she just messes around with men. And men like, what are you talking about? That's stupid. Why would she ever want to do that? Why would she ever need to do that? Oh, well, it is what it is. She needs to do that. But now when we have Christy and Desmond Scott, how could he ever? What is he doing? How could he fumble? Oh, no. He's got all the money in the world. She's a bombshell. She's beautiful. How could he ever? Got it.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Y'all can cancel me. If you don't like it, you can unfollow me. But every time the conversation about immodesty get brought up, you women use the same scapegoat. Oh, men should have more self-control. Men shouldn't lust. As if that really justifies what y'all be doing. It's really not about modesty. It's really about perversion. If a grown man walked into the grocery store with no shirt on, hard as a rock, meat swinging from aisle to aisle, he would be arrested for a decent exposure. Everybody in the grocery store would be acting so shocked that he would do such a thing. Yet you go to every place, the school, the grocery store, to the church, with y'all breast showing, with y'all butt out, with y'all print showing, and you have no shame. You're perverted. You're beyond immodest. If you don't understand that being sexy and the root word of sexy is sex, you don't understand that you shouldn't be having sex and being sexualized around children, around old people, and there's a time and a place for that. You're perverted. And you're not doing this because you think it's cute anymore. You're doing this because something inside of you wants to pervert men, to corrupt men, to turn children. This is what's wrong with immodesty. The perversion of it all.
What would you say a pain that a man goes through that a woman would not understand?
Being wrong and accepting it. I know I struck a nerve. I know some of y'all looking at me like, but you know.
It's funny because like I used to be one of those I don't need no man. You don't need a man until you find one that puts up with your of saying you don't need a man, but then comes to save you when you do need a man. Because you're a giant baby.
Don't say hi to me. Where were you just at?
What do you mean? I've been home.
Where were you just at?
I've been home all day.
Okay. Your friend just told me you were with my dad at a hotel. Your friend. So what's up? And my dad is 60, so
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm going to be honest. Like, your dad told me that I needed to watch out for you because you've been bringing girls by the house. You tell me what's up. You didn't think your dad would tell on you, but he did. He backdoored you, and I was over it at that point.
Yeah. My dad don't even know my life. Right?
So now your dad's a liar.
Yeah. Especially if my dad's sleeping with my girl, he a liar. And you fell for a 60-year-old's lie. So what's up?
I wouldn't think that a 60-year-old would lie. And well, I'm sorry.
Now you're on a live with 600 people and you look stupid because you slept with a 60-year-old that's lying to you. So what's up?
Why up? Yeah. And I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, I felt for you, and I believed you to be a real trustworthy person to me. And now you lose.
You're gonna leave me?
100%.
Why are you even sleeping? But the dad. Even if the dad comes through and says, hey, I got some information on my son that you might want to hear. Why are you even sleeping with him? That's the question that I have. Oh, did he say to you, I have some information on my son, and to receive this, you have to sleep with me? Is that what he said? Or is that something that you wanted to do? Is that something that you were already doing? As a matter of fact, were you already going to sleep with her dad in the first place? And then your man right there just became the topic of conversation. Is that what happened? You know how like, oh man, I see you got a man, or I see with my son, you don't need to be with him. You need to get rid of with a real man like me. And honestly and truly, in that case, both of y'all deserve each other. Because if he's talking like that against not some random person, but his son, why would you ever want to be with him? This man doesn't really have any code of conduct. Why would you want to be, unless you're just there to get your cheeks clapped? Why would you want to be with a man like that? That I guess that's what's blowing my mind.
So you gonna give it up to all the other men, but you gonna make your fiance wait? Yes. Yes. Why you think he my fiance? Because he doesn't guilt trip me. He doesn't cross my boundaries. He has self-control.
There has been no man that I have met who I felt like could give me what I wanted out of life and would be in addition to the life that I've built for myself. And that is such a peaceful place to have gotten to.
Is that a cat? I think that's a cat behind her. A cat or a dog? Anyways, what are you guys looking for? What specifically are you guys looking for? Because a lot of times I see women come on the internet and they go, oh, I've built this life for myself. I can do all this for myself. And I need a man who can give me something different than that. He can't be doing all the stuff that I can do for myself because I can already do that, right? So what are you guys looking for in addition to what you've already built or what you can do for yourself? Because I can't think of anything that you guys, I don't even think you guys know what it is that you're looking for. You just say that because it's easy to say, but you guys don't truly know what you want.
Anytime she went on a date, she would ask men
So
to see their
Sophie.
to
Sophia?
see their bank account.
Yes, yes. And she's married now. She's engaged to a super wealthy man. I personally think that's a little too much. Okay. That can even like ward off like a good man. That can scare off a good man.
I agree. If
Yeah.
I was a man, that would turn me off as well.
Exactly.
But I do agree with her in the sense of like, not the first date, not the second date, maybe when you're really starting to get in it, like you're dating, right? At that point. Here's what I would do to make it a bit more tasteful. I was like, listen, I make this amount of money per year. I'll show you my bank account. I have no shame in showing my bank account.
Because you know what it is? You're not
So
judged
I
on
should-
that.
Yeah.
But
Well-
men are like heavily.
But they should be.
Yes. But I think asking is a bit crazy.
If I'm showing mine, you show yours. Men want equality so bad.
They do?
Well, at least something that I experienced in marriage counseling, you're going to have to talk about finances. I don't know if, showing a bank account would have been a part of that, but I have heard of people doing like credit reports. Okay, what is your credit report? What is that credit report? Just to kind of see where everybody's at. Now, that was a different culture, right? So maybe Jamaicans do it a little bit differently. But yeah, man, it depends on what the culture is. I think it depends on how you approach the situation, right? You're trying to be transparent, and you have to understand that your entire life is going to be merged together. You're merging your entire life, and you're hitching your wagon to somebody else. So it would be good if you knew as much about that person as you could. Now, some people, they don't know any of that, right? They get married in like a month or two, and they're still married to this day, still doing fantastic, doing great. They talk to each other. They're extremely intentional about what answers they want. And I'm not talking about like older couples. I'm talking about like maybe younger couples, like, I don't know, 30, well, not 30 is kind of middle age, but 30, 35, sometimes 40. They just go through it. Yeah, I like this. I like that. Okay, yeah, me too. I go here. Oh, okay, yeah, I go here as well. And they get to the root of the problem, right? And they spend enough time talking to where they're like, hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to go here. I want to go there. This is my values and morals. Okay, mine too. Okay, well, let me go meet your family. Okay, let me go meet your family. Get a good vibe. Hang out with them once or twice. Okay, where you go here, I go there. Well, let's go here and check this out. Let's go do this. And everything is kind of like streamlined, right? You can either go slow, you can go fast, but certain checkpoints need to be reached. That's different from what these modern women are doing. And honestly, this is where the term gold digging comes from, because you're not really looking for a partner. You're digging for gold, like you're digging for maybe not specifically money in every instance, but you're digging for a resource. I see and I've heard, and it looks like, based on the signs and what I've been told, it seems like you have an abundance of this. I need this. So if the man might not have, okay, well, he's got a good car and he's got a good job, and I'm trying to dig and see if I can get to those resources by digging into his life, grabbing this over here, doing this, or take me out over here. I'm asking a question. I'm looking for information to see exactly where the gold is. Think of there's a story in the Bible, Samson and Delilah. that could be considered gold digging. You have a strength that I need. You have a resource that I need. It would be good if I had this resource, right? So I'm digging for answers to the resource. In her situation, she wanted to destroy that resource so her people could be dominant. But if there was a woman out there that said, okay, I want to use this resource for myself, so I'm going to dig, well, where do you get that from? Well, how do you get that? What's the source of it? How do I get to that? I'm looking for where I can get your energy and pull on your energy and use it to my benefit. Why is that gold digging? What if I'm just looking for somebody that has these qualities? You're not planning on giving anything back. You're not planning on making a contribution to the relationship. Oh, you've got strength. I've got smarts. Okay, I'm going to use your strength to get here. You give me your strength. I give you my knowledge, and we both get something. Mutually beneficial. He protects me. I provide the cash or whatever. Basically, we do it together. We build a life together. And I'm just using that as a baseline example. But modern women, you said she was engaged. I don't know if they're married yet, but you said she was engaged. I'm digging and I'm looking. Show me your bank account to verify you got a lot of money. Show me your garage to verify that you have the cars that I want and I need. Okay, show me your family and your friends and your circle. Not because I want to connect with them in a, oh, well, this is my family. Can't wait to spend the holidays with you. Oh, this is my family. This is my network. This is what I'm walking into. So I can know who I'm networking with, who I'm talking to. The people that I'm connecting with, so I can increase my value. Are you going to bring that value to the relationship? No, I'm not. That's the man's job. I'm going to take his network, his resources, and enrich myself. And he's not going to get a benefit from that. These are really gold diggers.
So, bitch, stop acting like you want to be alone. You don't have a choice. And I hate when it says, oh, I'm single by choice. No, you're not. You're single by choices. You're single by the choices that you make. You chose to have multiple kids with multiple niggas. That's why you're single. You chose to hang out with single, bitter. That's why you're single. You chose to stay in a relationship with them. Now you are traumatized for life because of that. That's why you're single. All of these are choices. Okay, you're not choosing to be single. And for you that want to convince me and anybody else that you can have any man you want, where is he? Go get him. Exactly. You over here choosing to work on your career and focus on your career rather than focusing on building a healthy relationship with somebody. That's why you're single. By choices, not by choice. So stop acting like you want to be alone. You don't have a choice.
Do not marry someone that cannot give you the lifestyle that realistically you want. Especially if you want to have children, really think about the kind of life you want to give your children. If you marry a guy that cannot keep a job or really can't afford for you to ever stay home, why would you have children with that man? Because you might be thinking, oh, but I can earn money too. I am an attorney. I understand your thought process. Once you have children or get pregnant, you will realize pregnancy is so unpredictable. Birth is so unpredictable. Postpartum is so unpredictable. You can have very complicated medical issues that occur during those times. You want to be with someone that can provide during that time. And also, how insane that a man cannot keep a job and provide a decent lifestyle, but you're birthing his children. That is very difficult. And a lot of women are like, but I already love him. And they get in their emotions. And then you might be thinking, oh, but that's not romantic. If all you rely on is romance and emotion for the decision of who you marry, you are being extremely foolish. I do divorce and custody as an attorney, and I can tell you that's a quick way to ruin your life. Just base everything off of romance and feeling. Use logic. Use wisdom. Be honest about the kind of life you think your future children deserve and the lifestyle that you actually want. I'm not saying only marry for lifestyle, also marry for values, someone that you enjoy, but you have to consider lifestyle.
The problem is that they want the guy to provide a lifestyle that they see on the internet. So the guy is able to pay for the birth, they're able to take care of the kids, but the women, they want more. They want more and more and more. Why? Because they go on social media and they see other women getting that. Making $100,000 a year is a good thing. You're able to take care of a lot with that, but they don't want that. They want 500,000, 1 million, 3 million, 10 million. They think that they should get everything that they see other people getting on social media.
I'm not helping you. I don't care anymore.
Jessica filed a formal complaint alleging that Daniel's actions were inappropriate and violated her personal space. Her legal team argues that even in emergency situations, you do not have the right to touch another person without consent.
Right? A woman walking the street, obviously, she didn't look both ways, right? Just a standard, I guess, nowadays. She's not looking both ways. Nothing new there, I guess. Nothing new. She walks on the street, a car almost hits her at 50 miles per hour. A guy runs, grabs her, like by here, and pulls her out. And she's like, dude, I just saved your life. And guess what she did? No. She sued him for sexual assault. And that's, my friend, why you guys lose everything, right? That didn't happen. You just got saved. The guy just pushed you out of the street. So therefore, I do not do anything. If I ever see that in person, that's your time. God's calling you it's your time right now to go. Wherever you want to go, heaven or hell. Wherever you want to go, you're going. It's your time. Like God intended. I'm minding my own business.